Hi Aquarius, welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your career and money messages, and it's going to be over the course of 3 months, so January through March of 2026, and it's going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you'd like to book a personal reading, a one-on-one reading with me, information for that is in the description box. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. What is happening? A lot is happening, and I love this actually. All right, so first let's start with your Kipper. We have occupation and thoughts. So occupation and thoughts. Now, if you look at this, you can see here that this gentleman is thinking, and he is thinking about a woman, but if you look really close, so we're coming in, kind of looks like the woman right here. So it's not necessarily that you're thinking about a woman, you're thinking about the card, and the card is occupation. So you are thinking about work hard in the next 3 months. It's almost as if, it's not even, it's almost as if, it is that you want to see changes. Changes could be a multitude of things, right? Changes could be in the position that you currently have. It could be completely, going in a different direction, but you definitely want to see change, and you are in such deep thought. What a concept that an Aquarius is overthinking a situation. And I mean that gently. I feel like when I say these things, it's more of a reminder, like, hey, check in with yourself, like, you could be overthinking this. But essentially you're thinking about work. You're weighing the pros and cons, you're seeing the good, you're seeing the bad, and you're trying to figure out, okay, this is where I am right now. How can I get bigger? How can I make this grow? How can I expand? Because there's just something about expansion. I'm also getting for you Jupiter. So see, is Jupiter in retrograde? Yes, I believe Jupiter is in retrograde until, I want to say, March 10th. And of course, there's a lingering that's happening once it goes back direct. But see how Jupiter is affecting you? But essentially Mercury is in Capricorn as well, which talks about being very focused and being very practical in the way that you're thinking. And so I feel like that's showing up for you here in the months to come. We also have assessing for your Oracle card. I mean, look at this person. They're like, I think I see that moon, and they're really, they're doing the research, they're doing the studying. It's like you're taking notes, you're writing things down. I see you even being extremely selective with what it is that you're going to do. So for some of you, you're either in a position currently that you feel okay with and like to move slow, and others of you, if you're not working, are in a predicament where, you know what, you're saying to yourself, I'm not gonna settle, and I don't care how long this takes. But you're not settling, and you really want to be, you want this next thing for you to be solid and permanent and happy, and this is my everyday, as opposed to like, this is just getting me by. And so this is why you're being so diligent and you're being so focused on what it is that you want, what it is that is going to bring you this fulfillment. It's almost like the piece that's missing right now. And you're trying to figure out, okay, how can I puzzle this together? But again, it feels very slow. It's very methodical. It feels like a very calculated move. Like you're not taking the first phone call that caused you back. The first job offer that you get. Like, you're not doing that. You're just like, okay, these are my options. I'm carefully looking into each one before you even apply. This is not doing, 100 applications. This is doing, 10 very strategic, very intentional job applications. Okay. Your tarot messages, you have the Seven of Cups in reverse. You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And then you have the Eight of Cups. So, again, very slow, very methodical. With the Seven of Cups in reverse, I feel like this is the confusion of it all, because you are seeing these postings, right? You're seeing, this is what I could do, you know, that you're so like, okay, for example, you'll find something and the description is great, but it's not in your area, right? So that kind of becomes a problem, and you get like, I'm seeing annoyed or upset that you're like, why does this have to be, you know, across the country? Or why does it have to be 30, 40 miles away? Like, why can't this be local? Kind of thing. And so I'm getting a little bit of underlining frustration. I'm also getting that, you know, some of the opportunities that are either being presented to you or that you're finding, they're not well paid. But I want to say with that is keep an open mind, because with this occupation, it often starts out with putting in the hard work first to then get reward later. Okay, so I will say it seems like the job that you want, like maybe something that you had your eye on for a while, may not offer a lot of coin in the beginning, but maybe it will come later with time. And so that's really what this boils down to. Now, I do see an opportunity coming to you. It does, again, it feels like everything I just said. Not a whole lot of money. You're not sure if you want to take it. It's like checking all the boxes except one. And it's really up to you what you decide to do. But it's a really difficult for you decision for you to walk away from whatever your current circumstance is, because it just stresses you out. Now, there's something happening here with this Nine of Swords that, and this Eight of Cups, that, you know, if you're looking here, the Eight of Cups is facing this Nine of Swords. And so it's like, you know, I know this is gonna stress me out. I know that, you know, and I'm thinking it might be financially. It's just very different. It just seems like with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this is telling you to get out of your comfort zone, and you might just be really comfortable right now. But it's really difficult for you to walk away, because there's an aspect of it that is very stressful for you. It definitely involves you working a lot harder than what you currently are. Not to say that you're not a hard worker, but the work in general just feels more difficult. Now, hear me out. For some of you, though, this could be a promotion, and obviously with more money, what they say, more money, more problems. So that could also be a factor playing in here. But whatever it is, it does feel bigger than a promotion, I will say. Especially because promotion comes usually with more money, and this seems like it's a little bit less, so it definitely feels like a newer opportunity. But with the Ace of Cups showing up, I just feel like you're just happier. You're more fulfilled. You're more complete with this opportunity that is here, that is essentially presenting itself. For your oracle message, you have fairies and gnomes, and that's in reverse. So this is saying, like, don't worry, believe in magic, and smile. You're kind of smiling through it right now. And I feel like this is also a reminder to remain optimistic and try not to put the fear that might be trying to surface, just keep it down and keep it suffocated, because we don't want that. Notes from the universe says, earlier disappointments were just rehearsal for the great stuff coming your way. And then on the back it says, never regret love. No matter how blind, it improved your vision. No matter how foolish, it made you wiser. And no matter how generous, it made you more. Hubba bubba, the universe. Love that. Watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time.